you're going to be successful, you need to be smart, conscientious, and tough.
Well, here's a radical idea.
Agreed.
Why don't the bosses adopt the male bosses, shall we say, adopt some female traits so that women don't have to fight and get their sharp elbows out for the pay rises? It's just accepted if they're doing the same job, they get the same pay.
Well, I would say partly because it's not so easy to determine what constitutes the same job.
But that's because, arguably, there are still men.
I just want to say, I've never seen an interview with Jordan Peterson where he hasn't been interrupted. That seems to be a common thing. So, I mean, props to him for staying so calm during these interviews, because that would wind me up.
Men dominating our industries, our society, and therefore they've dictated the terms for so long that women have to battle to be like the men.
No, it's not true. It's not true. So, for example,
where's the evidence?
Well, I can give you an example very quickly. So I worked with women who worked in high-powered law firms in Canada for about 15 years, and they were as competent and put together as anybody you would ever meet. And we were trying to figure out how to further their careers. And there was a huge debate in Canadian society at that point that was basically ran along the same lines as your argument, is that if the law firms didn't use these masculine criteria, then perhaps women would do better. But the market sets the damn game. It's like...
And the market is dominated by men.
No, it's not. It's not.
You...
The market is dominated by women. They make 80% of the consumer decisions. That's not the case at all.
If you're talking
80%.
about people who stay at home looking after children, by and large, they are still women. So they're going out doing the shopping. But that is changing.
They make all the consumer decisions.
Okay, so
the market is driven by women, not men.
Right.
See, with Jordan Peterson, he is a very intelligent man. If you know who he is, if you don't, I highly suggest you go and look him up. I believe he's a good cause for the world. I mean, these interviewers, they're just trying to get one up on him, and it's a very bitter argument, but he gives a very ethical and intelligent answer, and a very calm delivery. So props to him. I mean, it probably winds him up, but he conducts himself very well. But they do try and pinch him with interrupting him, and it can be a bit spiteful, some of the comments they make, but he's a very factual person, so his response is always very good, and he leaves a lot of them speechless. So anyway, let me know your thoughts.
So you're saying if you're not a woman, then you shouldn't have an opinion?
Where does a guy get a right to say what a woman is? Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is?
This is actually a genuine mistake. I am sorry I even came up there.
You want to tell us what a woman is?
Thoughts on feminism?
I'm sick of the feminist misandry on this app. Y'all claim to hate men and want to be independent bitches until there's a military draft. Or a spider. Or an unopened water bottle.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Male gametes. That's what makes me male.
No, your sperm don't make you male.
Then what does?
It's a constellation.
In reality, in truth, okay?
Whose truth are we talking about?
The same truth that says we're sitting in this room right now, you and I.
No, you're not listening.
If I see a chicken laying eggs and I say that's a female chicken laying eggs, did I assign female, or am I just observing a physical reality that's happening in the world?
Does a chicken have gender identity? Does a chicken cry?
Well,
Does a chicken commit suicide? Let's frame it, because you're trying
to... Chicken has sex like any biological organism.
Chicken has an assigned gender, but a chicken doesn't have a gender identity.
So we assign female to chickens when they lay eggs?
We assume they're female if they lay eggs.
I am lost for words. Talk about how to turn delusion into reality. It's a scary world out there, everyone.
You have a hot take.
I do. I think feminism has become ridiculously toxic and needs to start going away. Self-proclaimed feminists of today don't actually want equality. They want to be seen as better than men. That is, if they even acknowledge that women and men exist and are different at all. But I think that there are fundamental biological differences between men and women, and while I do believe in equal rights, obviously what feminism was meant to be and was created as, it has become very, very toxic. And so I often tell people that one of the worst insults you could call me today is a feminist.
So why? Why is order masculine?
I think it's because our primary social hierarchy structures are fundamentally masculine.
And that's not the patriarchy.
Well, it's not the modern idea of the patriarchy, that's for sure.
I mean, that's my idea of the patriarchy, which is a system of male dominance of society.
Yeah, but that's not my sense of the patriarchy.
So what's yours?
Well, in what sense is our society male-dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of capital is owned by men. Women do more unpaid labour.
Very tiny proportion of men, and a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most people who are on the street are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Most people who die in wars are men. People who do worse in school are men. It's like, where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper-successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.
See, again, Jordan just hits the nail on the head there. The woman here, she seems intelligent. She's very well spoken, but again, they seem to fixate on the small percentage of women who are affected by what she's saying. But Jordan gives a very good, factual, and intelligent answer. Yet again.
The men. What do you guys want from women? What should women that come to you bring to the table? So I'm going to get up and you can start.
For me personally, it's more about a degree of personality traits alongside beauty. I think the things what women think matter to men actually don't. We don't care about your money. We don't care that you're independent. We don't care you are a quote-unquote boss bitch. Like, no one cares about any of that thing.
True.
Especially if you want something seriously. I think the biggest thing they don't understand is that to get a man to commit to you and to get a man to sleep with you is different, and those qualities are different. So,
couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I mean, I think today, I think men have been affected in their own way as well, but I think women have been taken away from what truly matters and what men actually want. It's all the brainwashing, social media, the whole agenda has sort of pushed women away from what men truly desire and what they want. So anyway guys, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do comment and let me know what you want to see. I'll see you in the next video.